Hello, everyone. Coach Sullivan here again. Coaching for 38 years as a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, and head coach, both at the college and high school levels. So here today, I'm with you in MJS coaching football. If you ever have any questions or need me for anything, please email me at coachmjsullivan@gmail.com. Today's lecture is 3-4 base defense, running back motion from two back to one back, which therefore is a structure change. So right off the bat, let me just talk to you about a specific term when the running back motions out of the backfield. For us, that is what we call brewing. Okay? Brewing, different than rabbit. Brewing, B, running back in motion. Okay? So we want to alert everyone that it's a structure change. One of the reasons we use brewing. When the running back motions, whether it's two back to one back to empty, three back to two, whatever it is, it's a structure change. So again, structure is the backfield. Like a house, roof line makes it a colonial versus a gambrel, right? Versus a cape. So too does the backfield. So whenever it changes from two back to one, and that's the lecture today, it's a structure change. So simply put, okay, when we have a Bruin, and in this particular case, we're in 21 personnel, so two running backs, one tight end. They go from I-Pro, in this case, to Dallas. So it's going to be a check because in two back sets, the two receiver side is the Liz or Rip. Now, since it's a one back, it's a structure change, the rules change. So now it goes to the two wide receivers, which in this case, it's a rip. So we have to say check rip. For us, check means change. So we've changed it from a Liz to a rip. So anytime there's a change, we say check, and that's what it means. Okay? So there's no rope needed in this particular case. There's a structure change that happened on the side that we had three people available to cover two. We're a +1 defense, which means in the case of the perimeter, we have three more defenders than you have receivers, both in the run game and the pass game. Okay? So that means we do not need, or it doesn't necessitate, a rope. And the reason you see the secondary moving back is because in the two back set, they're closer to the line of scrimmage, which is another lecture. So they're all going to be a Bruin. They're all going to be a structure change in this particular lecture. So in this one, okay, it was a rip to start. So now it's going to stay rip because in the Bruin, the running back is going away from the call. And it just so happens that it stays that way. Okay, so it goes from I-twin to Dallas. And since the running back is going to the tight end side, that's opposite the rip call in this particular instance. Okay, again, no rope needed because we have 1, 2 available, and here's our third, the rover. So 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2. Again, we are +1, and these are the built-in aspects of our self-adjusting defense. So 20 personnel, which is a new grouping, right? Two running backs, no tight end, so it's a three wide receiver grouping. Okay, but follow the two back rules. To a receiver side is the Liz or Rip side, so this case it's a Liz. Okay, we have a Bruin, and since the running back is going to the single receiver side, it is now a 2x2, and in our 10 package or our 10 formations, it's still 20 personnel. It's Detroit, but it's the same logic. D for double, 2x2, one back formation. Okay? Which again, that's a whole nother lecture. Personnel is one thing, but the formation is another. Okay? So again, we have three people available to cover two. See, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now 1, 2. Okay? Got to go by a couple of empty formations, which we haven't covered yet. Okay, so now we're back to it. Same personnel grouping, 20, same formation, but now the running back is Bruins, back motion to the two receiver side, making it a 3-by-1. So now it is Toledo, which is a 10 formation. Again, it's 20 personnel, 10 formation, trips, but both sides are open. Okay, we have all wide receivers. We have 4 wide receivers spread out. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, Texas, it's only 3 wide receivers because there's a tight end. Toledo, there's 4 wide receivers, which means everybody's detached from the tackle. Okay, so in this particular instance, our automatic is we check China Pit. And what Pit is, I'll just tell you briefly, it's a whole separate lecture. Our whip has number 3 vertical, so that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders over 3, okay, for 3 verticals. The whip safeties are 4th. Underneath, 1, 2, 3, 4. Our inside linebackers are 4th over 3 if they're short pattern. So again, we are +1 in all scenarios. So now back to 21 personnel. We had a Bruin to the tight end side and twin. Now we're going to go Bruin to the 2 receiver side, which again, our automatic adjustment, built-in adjustment, is we go again China Pit. So as you see, when it's Bruin, and it brings us to that 3 receivers where we have 3 wide receivers on the pass strength, it's China Pit. Toledo's 3 wide, Topeka's 3 wide. China Pit, 1 adjustment. Okay, keeps it simple for our players. Okie doke. So again, the whip has 3 vertical. This is the China is the tag for our dime or outside linebacker to be an outside shade of 2 and no longer is abiding by the 5 yards from the tackle, toes on heels of the DN. That's gone when we make the China call. Okay. So far, so good, hopefully. Okay. The other way, this is the game plan way. If we feel we're better off going check turbo, it's a game plan or a game adjustment. So our players know it. It's just not an automatic. Okay. We checked turbo, which is our old-fashioned way of lining up to Topeka. The dime goes over 3, the free safety's over 2, and the whip splits 2 and 3. We've gone over turbo before. Okay. But that turbo, when it's a Bruin, is an adjustment or a game plan call. Again, any questions, please email me at coachmjsullivan@gmail.com, and I would love to talk football with you. Have a great day.